The Development Cooperation Forum here in Korea, I think has been a very interesting meeting because we touched on some of the critical issues related to the issue of development cooperation and what it means for the people and planet. And I think for me the key takeaways is that clearly what comes out is that development cooperation, while it has been talked about quite a lot, it is very much a very small part of the financing that is required for development. The discussion we've had was able to articulate that development cooperation is a small part. And I think that was a key message, which means that whatever we do, development cooperation needs to be seen as an additional part of finances that will help countries to move. And therefore, the whole question of domestic resource mobilization was raised. I think another exciting bit was the discussion we had on technology and capacity development. I think it was also clear there that the whole question of technology needs to be understood a bit much more in detail, because technologies are also a gendered experience. That if you think about, for example, mobile phones that have been taken up very much because those were technologies that men use, and cooking stoves that had a challenge to be uptaken because those are technologies that women were using a lot. I think is an issue that came out, that the whole question of technology has to be seen different. But also there were issues like biopiracy that was brought out, that indeed as we go along to think about how development cooperation is important. We can't forget the issues of biodiversity, intellectual property rights, but also biopiracy, which is really the fact that some of the indigenous knowledge is taken away from indigenous communities without them knowing. I think for us as CPDE, one of the critical messages that we kept bringing up here was the fact that at the end of the day, what this is all about is about people, and how there should be development cooperation should be supporting mechanisms for supporting an enabling environment for people and their organizations to be more active is an important part of the discussion. So again, this was a very important meeting in terms of how it looked at all these pieces and how it also was able to show that development cooperation needs to be put within a larger context of other financing, that actually it is it's not even only about money, but it's about money and other supportive elements that will bring development in different parts of the world.